Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, February 15th, 3:02 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. A little bit later today. The daily views are in the afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays because of, well, life schedule. So BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. No more Valentine's Day sale on the Hemp Paste, but as always, Piece 20 gets you 20% off. An interview with the creators of Hemp Paste over there at my other channel, radiantcreators.com. Blockchain education, bunch of badasses, along with Trade Genius. Trade Genius is does crypto also, of course, great group to belong to, but their kind of big claim to fame and truly what makes them interesting to me is that they do traditional markets also. And if you're in the VIP room, they're hanging out with the big guys trading during the day. You can seriously learn a lot, and even if you just listen, it will make you a better trader. Definitely endorse those guys. So, rocking on with the show here as always. Oh yeah, when it comes to the hemp paste, radianthempppaste.com, check it out. And as always, bitcoindailyview.com, more for you there. Okay, looking at the Bitcoin price today, 44,039. That's not too bad. Looking at the 24-hour price movement indicators here for the top 100 crypto, everything is looking rather glorious. Not many things in the red, if anything at all, in the top 100. Gaia up, 19%. Avalanche has been rocking today. Who else? Who are the big players? Doesn't really matter. The graph, whatever that is, GRT. I recognize the ticker, but not the name. It's funny how traders kind of are. We're just trading what goes up, you know. And anyway, it's up 19%. What else is looking hot? I already mentioned Gaia. Anyway, enough of that. In general, looking beautiful, looking green. It's a wonderful, wonderful day in the market. Oh, Decentraland, Mana up 13%. Getting some nice, Axie Infinity up 10%. And it's AXS. We'll look at that one. Just wanted to look at some quick news on the way across here. I'm going to put this in the, this is something that was mentioned over at, in the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram, and so it's already linked to over there, but I will put it here in the live chat. This is interesting Bitcoin wallets, recommended Bitcoin wallets. I'm not recommending them, but this site does mention some cool stuff, and I've always kind of wanted to check out Cold Card. This thing is pretty darn cool. I like the idea of it. A little bit more fancy than a Trezor or a Ledger. I mean, it looks good, doesn't it? I kind of dig it. So it's something I might check out. A little pricey, $100, but I just like the idea. Like, it's a lot easier to punch in your, code and stuff like that. Still need to learn more about it. But if you've tried this thing out, let me know, because it just looks darn interesting. I like the idea of kind of a little. One thing I'd like to, for one thing, have is something that has its own OS. And doesn't need an application, because like a Trezor is great, and so is a Ledger, but you need the application on the computer. And what if that gets hosed up? And anyway, ultimately, this I kind of like, because I think that you're going to need an internet connection, of course, yes, but I think it's kind of self-contained. So as long as you're careful about code updates, and if you can roll them back, you really do have something a lot more secure, I think, than a Trezor or a Ledger. Just my opinion so far. I'm still checking these things out. If you've tried one, let me know. I like the fact that it's self-contained, just needs the internet, boom, I think, plugging into the computer, and hopefully no application. Anyway, that's my goal, is to find a hardware wallet. Someone mentioned it over in the Bitcoin Daily View chat today, and it's kind of been interesting. Now it's got me kind of curious. I want a hardware wallet with its own OS. It just needs, boom, some internet, and it doesn't necessarily need an application. Because that's the thing. Maybe you've got a Trezor, a Ledger, or some other hardware wallet. What if your application is compromised, etc. So just a thought. I mean, those anyway, enough. Not going to belabor it. This came from Trade Genius today. Someone posted this. I kind of like it. ConocoPhillips is selling extra gas to Bitcoin miners in North Dakota. Interesting story in general. Basically, they're selling off gas that they would have just burnt off. If you've ever kind of cruised along and seen like those fires at the refinery, like where they're doing natural gas, well, I guess they're selling that to Bitcoin miners in some way or the other. This is linked to, I'll put this over in Bitcoin Daily View trading chat right now, and I'll also stick it over in the live chat here. So if that interests you, There it is. We'll keep this rolling here. This is interesting. Disney readies metaverse push, as CEO calls it, the next great storytelling frontier. Well, cool. Great. Who's not getting into the metaverse, into the metaverse? Well, in case you thought maybe Disney was not, guess what? They are. Anyway, and one other story that I did see here that kind of it took up my fancy. SEC is investigating trading firms linked to Binance founder. Anyway, watch for some FUD on that one. Watch for some FUD. That could have an impact, I think, in the market, depending on what the SEC does. This is totally kind of almost random. I just wanted to mention it. Instagram and TikTok are trying to ban tarot and astrology. Here's what's next. Anyway, they're pretty much, the idea of what's being said here is that they're kind of shadow banning, you might say, like not promoting them in similar videos or similar things. Anyway, I know people might say who cares, but also like what's next, memes, etc. And will this also be something that leads payment processors to follow suit? So anyway, interesting video. For what it's worth, I will stick it over there in live chat. Boom, in case that tickles your fancy to watch. It's kind of long, and I pretty much kind of given you the gist of it already. But like for real, what happens when they ban memes? What happens? Some types of art, etc. The guy makes a good point. He makes some good points about, hey, this is us. People make a living, and this really does impact us. And sure, it's tarot and astrology today, but isn't tarot and astrology kind of arbitrary? Anyway, he does speak of, with the big social media making that happen, kind of shadow banning, you might say, not promoting in the similar search results, how that could possibly, that would definitely impact people financially. All right. Now, BitcoinTradingVolume.com, 3 billion. That's not much. So we do not have, the market's rocking today, but I'm not seeing a tremendous amount of volume. So I don't get what's going on. When things don't all add up and make sense, it kind of unsettles me. Okay. So 3 billion, not bad. You want to be above 3 billion for a good day. And we are. Okay, great. We are. Boom. Got it. But it's not really a Bitcoin pumping kind of day or a market pumping kind of day with only 3 billion in volume. All right, now once again, looking at volume again, this says 3.9 billion over here at cryptometer.io. That's close enough, give or take a billion, right? It's dropped by 3.19% last 24 hours. Sell orders are up 3.9%, and market sell orders have dropped by 9.4%. So anyway, there you go. So we're somewhere between 3 and 4 billion in volume last 24 hours. My favorite is always a Bitcoin trading volume. I think they really keep it real and get rid of the wash trading and such. But definitely cryptometer.io is a good one to compare it by for sanity. Checking out Spot, 13.4 billion on Binance, up 4%. Coinbase is up. It's at 2.8 billion or like 2.9 billion. You want to be over 3 billion for a good day. It's up like 5%. Anyway, you can kind of see the 7-day graph tailing off here. We got to get some volume here. That's not much for spot trading volume at all. You want to have at least 50 billion. Really, 75 billion is better for a good day for derivatives on Binance. Right now, it's 45 billion. It's up 4% on 24 hours. So we are, a slight uptick in volume. But what the crap in general? We got a good market today. I mean, if you check it out, looking at the top, like 100 cryptos here, 24-hour price movement, they're looking awesome. I mean, they are. They're looking glorious. Like whatever the graph is, GRT, I've traded that before. I never even knew what it was. GRT, it shows up in my scanners and such like that. And so 18.9%, that's not bad at all. We got some things really starting to run. Gaia is running. Cardano up just 4%. But you got Solana up 5.4%. Terra looking good, 4%, almost 5%. Avalanche 10%, of course. AXS, Axie. Let's check out Axie up 10%. I like that one. So anyway, let's keep on rocking. Look at the market. Boom. Boom. All right, looking at the whales versus the bulls here. It's always fun to watch this. I will just stick it over there in the live chat, and I'll stick it over here at a Bitcoin Daily View Telegram, just in case it tickles your fancy to check that out. But basically, I'm watching the bulls versus the bears today. This is a great intuitive feel for the market, what's going on. Nice $1.4 million buy. Earlier today got pushed up, and it's kind of holding a nice sideways momentum. So the bulls and the bears this morning definitely saw some liquidations for shorts. That did not go well for shorts today with these bursty buys that we see down here. So basically, shorts are getting wrecked. Also, I looked at I'll stick it in the video tomorrow. Glassnode has a new report out, and one of the things that they're weekly, and one of the things that they noted was that nice $1.1 million buy. Boom, look at that. And one of the things that they noticed was that people are deleveraging, so they're just going in spot, or they're hopping out basically into whatever, Tether or something like that. But we're seeing more spot action. We're seeing a lot more deleveraging. We're not seeing big leverage plays. And when you look at this here, look at these shorts that got wrecked here, the purple ones. That's pretty gruesome if you were shorting. I mean, look at this. Look at that. If you were shorting, oh my gosh, from like 42,468 to like 43,408. I mean, oh my gosh, bam, that wrecked some shorts. And then here, it's a lot of shorts wrecked some big ones. That's a nice little burst there. So anyway, not a good day to be so it's you have the Ukrainian crisis is tripping people out, freaking them out. Whether that's real or not, it does spook the market. You've got the Fed doing things, kind of creeps people out. Well, in general, it does appear that because people are uncertain of the Bitcoin market, of the crypto market, Bitcoin is basically they're seeing it being deleveraged, as in people are not doing derivatives right now, which is a sign of just uncertainty. So it's not uncommon. I'm not surprised to see this sort of just kind of level out today and chill without any like major, even though it kind of looks like it. Today has not been a major bull bear whale battle, and it makes sense, especially if the market's not going heavy on leverage right now because of uncertainty. 53% long, 46% short for Bitcoin on Binance. 56% long, 43% short for Ethereum on Binance. So definitely a long bias, but not a huge one. Looking at S&P 500 today on the daily chart, it's a green candle. It's challenging the 200 moving average. It wants to get back in the game. S&P 500 not looking too bad today. The Dow, wonderful, nice green candle above all important moving averages. I like seeing that. The Russell 2000. Definitely, it's below important moving averages, but it has broken above the 20 WMA. I like seeing that, getting ready to challenge that 50 moving average. Nice stout looking green candle today. Cool. Dollar strength index, definitely a red candle today. It's kind of dropping below the 50 and the 50 moving average and the 20 WMA. So interesting to see. We'll see what happens in general. If you look at it, I mean, over a little bit of time, it's just kind of, sorry about that. It's just kind of, sorry. It's just kind of ranging anyway. So dollar strength index, red candle today for what it's worth. Boom. But market overall up. Now this kind of sucks ass, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Gold on the daily, it was pumping, doing great. Boom, red candle, definitely. It was above this nice downtrend, glorious, but it's giving it back. So gold not holding too steady. Gold dumping, in my opinion. Looking at, and it's funny that gold's dumping and the dollar and the DXY is in the red too. Interesting. Whatever. I don't get it. Looking at silver on the bottom here, it was cruising with gold, but basically it's dumping also. So anyway, gold and silver dumping today. So if you are trading PAXG versus BTC, well, losing money today. So basically, percent wise, if you're trading PAXG BTC, if they're in that trade, you're in the red today. And when Bitcoin's dumping, a PAXG trade against Bitcoin will do great. If Bitcoin's pumping, then you're losing a lot of money. Anyway, as you can see, PAXG versus BTC has just kind of been a real loss recently. Of course, you can see here that it was making a little bit of money, but now the Bitcoin is kind of dumping. I'm sorry, that Bitcoin is doing well and gold is dumping. Well, it's not quite so good. Anyway, I just keep track of that because I think this is a good way to see gold versus Bitcoin and how they're, if you were to trade against gold against Bitcoin, boom, there you go. You would be making money today. This is the big one. Bitcoin versus USDT 45-minute chart. As you can see, we were ranging a little while ago. Then, of course, we dumped. Then we kind of found a range within that dump. Cool. Now we pumped right back into that previous range. And we're probably going to continue ranging there, I think. I like to hang out about 12 hours at least after the Bitcoin breaks its 200 moving average in a 45-minute chart. I like it to stay above that 200 moving average in a 45-minute chart for at least 12 hours before I kind of start really making moves. And right now it's been there for 20 hours and 15 minutes. I like seeing that. That's a wonderful thing. As you can see here, the blue diamond merit badge, it broke between the 200 and the 314 moving average. It broke above the 200 and the 314 moving average. Looking wonderful, cranked up there. Never got too far from that moving eight, the red moving average there. It kind of pushed top of the RSI cave for sure. Now it's below the top of the RSI cave. Kind of in a good spot, going sideways. Looking at the indicators, it's cooling off, but it's staying strong. So I see no reason why Bitcoin probably will not continue going sideways at this moment. The longer it stays above the 200 moving average, the more we're going to see action like this. The top 100 cryptos just freaking rocking, and I like to see that. Anyway, let's just check. If I was to do this, now that you have seen this, let's just extend this over here. This is the way I kind of see what the whales are doing. In my opinion, your big money, these characters back here, which we've already looked at, but the bulls versus the bears, these guys here with the big money making the $1 million trades and stuff. Oh my God, did you see that? Look at that. $3.8 million sell. Boom. Dang. Well, that's the way it goes. So anyway, those guys were ranging it here, then it dumped, they ranged it here, now they're back in action, they're going to range it here. Most likely, I would just keep an eye on this. Just watch it. You're probably going to find the ranges right in here where they're buying, where they're selling, where they're buying, where they're selling, and we'll see. The range probably looks something like that. There you go. Until it breaks one way or the other, above or below, like back here where it broke below. Let's see if it breaks above next. Anyway, ranges are nice because when you're ranging sideways, especially above that 200 moving average, it offers just Lambo potential for a lot of alts. Ethereum pretty much doing what Bitcoin is doing exactly. Its chart looks pretty nice. Looks like it's about to turn up again, start challenging the Ethereum doing what Bitcoin's doing. Algo versus BTC. Why I wanted to mention this one today is I like trades like this. This could just be another fake out and it doesn't do it. But especially if Bitcoin stays strong, Algo versus BTC has been just dumping ever since, let me get my date here, like January, pretty much. Yeah, January. So since the beginning of the year, it's just been giving it all back. It has been giving it all back. And basically right now, I'm seeing some positive action that I like here. Let's zoom in. Actually, could I do a fib? No, I don't like that. Can't do a fib on that one. But look at this, though. And it's done it before. Things tend to do what they've done before again. So, don't be faked out. We could see one of these happen. We could see one of these happen. Definitely could happen. But right now, it's kind of pushing. It wicked up to that 200 moving average. Just want to watch this one for a 200 moving average and some support there. This chart doesn't look too bad. Indicators are a little bit mixed up because it's been pushing so hard. But Algo, good, valid project. Sorry about that. It's definitely been trying to make a comeback here. So let's just kind of root it on. These long downtrends, when something finally does turn around, that's when you can make some serious gains. So I'm watching this one. If we were to get a nice, beautiful break above the 200 and the 314, find support, start moving up, that would be an absolute, wonderful trade. You can make some shit tons of money on that one, y'all. Algo versus BTC. Keep an eye on this one to start moving. XRP versus USDT. Nice little fib sequence here. We started way back on February 3rd. XRP ran up, gave a lot back, bounced off the .5 fib line. Right now, it's above the 382 after it hung on that for a little while. Got above the 200 moving average. It's finding support there. How's the chart look in general? Trade at your own risk, but a lot of alts look like this, because Bitcoin sideways, they're sideways, but definitely XRP has found a healthy spot here. If it can keep above that 200 moving average, watch out. It's 82 cents. Let's face it. XRP is going to be over $1 again. So just one to watch. SHIB versus USDT, everybody's favorite. Looks a lot like XRP and many other alts. Because if you look, you go way back to February 3rd, February 4th. You had that boom, that move up, gave a lot back, went to the .50, the .5, I should say, fib level. Then it rode to 382. And right now, like XRP, it's breaking that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart, looking strong, finding support there. So you look at coins like XRP, and SHIB, these are absolutely set up to friggin' get crazy if Bitcoin continues ranging sideways or moves up, as long as it doesn't move up too fast and crush the alts. Algo, another one to watch. Like I already went over it, but still, this is the kind of setup. I'm gonna look at this on a 45-minute on a 4-hour chart here, just so you can see a bit more. Yeah. Oh, crud. Sorry about that. There we go. This is the kind of setup, and this is glorious. I mean, you get this long, give it all back, then it starts pushing. Oh my gosh, if you wanted to be very, very conservative, you could wait for it to actually cross that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, but watch the 45-minute chart for kind of like your marker on when it starts to push, because if it starts to push there, it gets above, makes a move. Anyway, like I say, won't belabor it, but watch Algo versus BTC. That could be a crazy trade depending on what happens. Solana versus USDT. This guy has too much going for it not to get moving. Okay, we can definitely see it's had powerful breaks over the 200 and the 314 before. And right now it definitely has kind of dumped. It's given a lot back, but it's beginning to push again. Its indicators here look like it's definitely cooling off, but that's fine, because I mean, look at this powerful run that it had. I mean, that's pretty friggin' psycho. That's a nice powerful run, a lot of velocity, and it took it above the 200 moving average. Well, kind of above it. So if we look here, you can kind of see where, of course, you can kind of see it. I mean, it's right in front of you. Of course, you can see it. I can see it. So you've got this powerful run up. It's a lot of percent. It broke above the 200 moving average. It's finding support on it. It's riding it down, but this thing's got a lot going for it. And if we look, it's cooling off, but it made it above the 200 moving average. If it can hold on to that, would not surprise me if Sol ranges between the 200 and 314 a little bit and then takes off. Anyway, I'm actually I started to dollar cost average into this one just a little bit. Just kind of, the longer it stays there, the longer it stays there, the more confidence I get. So I'm watching this one. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but I'm just saying, watch this one. Okay, watch Solana versus USDT. Especially with Solana is now being used to back NFTs, and I think that's getting ready to hit OpenSea. I do believe, and so I got to watch some videos on it. I was just starting to study it earlier today. I'll be looking at it tonight, but Sol is definitely an answer to a lot of the Ethereum expense for NFTs. Ballot project, really good. It is in a spot that this thing could start rocking. It's definitely set up to be a friggin' moon alt if the Bitcoin stays sideways. Anyway, with that said, of course, always, just my opinion, my conjecture. SLP versus USDT. It's doing what a lot of things did. Back here February 2nd or so, February 3rd, ran up, gave a lot back. It bounced off that .5 fib level, went to the 382, finding support there. It's starting to challenge that 200 moving average, but it can't quite stay above it. But if we look at the chart here, yeah, it's setting up to run. So anyway, like I say, this is another one to watch, SLP versus USDT. So I'm going to keep trying to do more of it. Like I got to hop on during the day, like while I'm trading, and actually show you guys some things that I'm, working on trading, and maybe even just live stream while I'm trading and looking at charts. And if anybody wants anything me to chart it, I'll do it. But a CHZ versus BTC, interesting coin. Look at that. Boom. Hit that 200 moving average after a nice push up. Can't quite get support above it yet. Indicators look pretty good. So CHZ versus BTC, definitely one to watch. That could be a real player. And I try to get on coins that I'm showing that are on Binance and Bittrex, just so you know. You got to belong to one of those. If you're not a US user, you're probably happy on Binance. But if you're a US user, Bittrex is a good alternative. So I try to look at coins that are on both. One last thing to look at today before we wrap up is AXS versus USDT. Axie is looking great today. Let me pull that in here. Axie's looking great. Oh my gosh, oh man, that's glorious. Look at that. Oh my, this is wonderful. So you've got directional index in the green. ADX right at 24, 25 is a sweet spot. Squeeze indicators really pumping. Binary candles looking great. KRI is looking amazing. Stochastic RSI is right in the right spot. Weight and oscillator by Lazy Bear showing maybe a little bit extended, and that's fine because it kind of is. This thing has done a major upwards move. It broke the 200 moving average, broke the 314 moving average. It's trying to find support on the 314 moving average. It didn't break them fast enough to get a blue diamond merit badge, but it's a badass. So Axie Infinity, this, I'm telling you, this will be I know I say it a lot because it's something I keep pondering. I might I might dollar cost average a little bit into this one. If it can stay above that 200, I might just start putting some buys and riding this thing and just making sure I put a trailing take profit on there. Because and I stay in a profit because I think building a position in this I do think Axie, it's like I say, this is the one that we'll all wish we dumped $1,000 in today. Seriously, it will be. So anyway, guys, this one is setting up. This one is setting up big time. This is a sweet trade. AXS, Axie Infinity versus USDT. Well, anyway, guys, with that said, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you are making a bold, powerful statement that you believe in the science fiction, beautiful future for humanity. And every Bitcoin Satoshi you own definitely is a thorn in the globalist's ass. So thanks for being part of the peaceful revolution. And I will see you guys earlier tomorrow. We'll get on it, make some money. 2022, it's the year to get rich because it's all over in 2023. Just kidding.